Well, hello and welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Oh my gosh, we have a day of Anthuriums and they are all, not all of them, but the ones that I'm going to be tackling today are struggling. Oh my goodness. So yeah, they have been a little bit neglected. I have been kind of a little distracted with some other plants in my collection for the past month. Let's start at the beginning. So I moved all my Anthuriums from one side of the room to the other. That's just in case you haven't actually watched any of my videos before. So they're now in a completely different area. It's much lower light, although they do have a plant light. So I kind of knew that there were going to be some reactions, but yeah, I'm not happy with how it's just continuing. So we're going to tackle those. Like I said, I have taken my eye off the ball. I've kind of messed up with some of the watering on some of them, and I'll talk you through that as well. And actually, I had to redo the intro. I don't know what happened actually. I think I was just in a bit of a panic about my Anthuriums. And I just messed up my intro, and I mean, it just really made me feel like, wow, I've still got quite a lot to learn here on YouTube. But anyway, so this is a new intro, but the rest is going to be filmed down on the floor as per usual. I'm going to be doing my repot down there. So yeah, let's do this together. Hopefully you've got some things that you want to get done today as well. We can do that alongside. If not, just chill and relax, and yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. All right. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a repot because I think that is the reason why I'm getting these issues. So the first one I'm going to do, and I think this is going to be a bit of a tricky one, is my Palidiforum. And as you can see, we've got another yellowing leaf and we've got some drying tips. That's probably down to my watering not being on time, but I do feel that this could go into a larger vessel. So I was going to put it in this one. I mean, it's not much larger, but it's a bit larger. Okay, let's move on to this job. I have to make a bit of space. I'm kind of organised, semi-organised, well, as organised as I can be for me. I purposely didn't water this plant. As you can see, we've got lots of gorgeous rootage. Really, really happy with that. But yeah, it needs to go into another pot. So I need to put some lacquer balls at the bottom. I just washed these. I think that's fine. That's quite a nice sized reservoir. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my pre-made, oh sorry, just knocked the camera. Yeah, my pre-made aeroid mix, which I'm absolutely loving. So we're gonna put some of that in. I could actually use my bigger scoop really, but yeah, I think that should be enough. And I'm going to add some tree fern fibre. I was meant to do a review on this, and to be honest, I can't say that I've noticed much of a positive. Let me just show you what I'm talking about actually. So I think I only did the 2 plants in tree fern fibre. I did my Lux, this guy, and the reason why I want to take it out of this and put it into no drainage is because of this leaf. It just, I don't know, like the watering suddenly changed when, I don't know if it's the pot or if it's the actual tree fern fibre. You can see that something new is growing there. That does look like it's going to be an inflorescent. And then I've got another growth point. So yeah, I think this is going to be an inflorescent right there. Yes, and I think this, hopefully this, what's going on inside this sheath will be a new leaf, but I don't know. Yeah, so I want to, before I can do a proper review, I want to put this into a different vessel. And then the other plant that I believe is in tree fern fibre is this guy. And to be honest, nothing has happened. So this is my crystallinum pink edge. Yeah, I just can't really see a positive. I mean, we do have something new growing there. But yeah, it kind of looks a little unhappy, if anything. I mean, when you compare it to my crystallinum super silver, which just pushed out that leaf, which is massive, and you can see there's a new one on the way. So you know what, I think I might hold back on the tree fern fibre today and just repot it. I think I'm going to skip the tree fern fibre actually, which kind of makes this repot, I know, slightly easier, does it? Yeah, because it means now I don't have to remove any of the soil that's currently on the plant. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. How deep does it need to go actually? Let's have a look. Wow, in the bowl that looked like such a lot of soil, but actually that was hardly anything. Okay, so here's the plant. Yeah, I think that's deep enough. Let's try and get it out of here without damaging it too much. So I think the best thing to do is create some air pockets. And go around the whole thing. Please come out nicely. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. I'll try and leave all those balls behind if I can. Wow, that was pretty cool. Messy, but pretty cool. I think I'm going to leave most of whatever is stuck to the roots because I don't want to disturb that. But check out those roots, they're looking fabulous. And then of course I do need to mix, just go through this very quickly and take out my leckables. Yeah, so the soil is pretty new. I'm going to chuck that in there. So we've got a nice, clean, new vessel. I'm going to try and put it back as far back as I can. And then I've noticed that some YouTubers kind of stand it up like that. And then they'll put a cone of... Oh, I might try and do that. Okay, so now I want to take this off. Yeah, I think I might try and do the same thing. I did, before obviously potting this up, I did do a little research. I was watching Anything Can Grow Here, or You Don't Even Grow Here, that's what it's called, the channel. And she, or was it Unplanted Parenthood? One of those two girls, I don't know if any of you follow those two accounts. They're both based in Canada, so kind of similar temperature and stuff. So yeah, I tend to follow people that have the same kind of houseplant requirements. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stand it like that. Yeah, they lay those. One of those girls actually lay the plant so that it's kind of crawling. But I think I'm going to try to do it like this and see if it likes it. Yeah. Until you try. Oh, I'm making a terrible mess. Let's just scoop that round. Okay, that was fairly easy. And of course I need to tidy up again. And then another thing I really need to get on top of is I need to do a pest control. I haven't done one in the longest time, and I've also been kind of putting it off a little bit, especially with the chemicals, because I am kind of thinking that I might try what do they call them? Predatory mites. I might kind of like the idea, but then at the same time I'm not sure like how crazy are these predatory mites gonna get. Are they gonna like take over my home? I don't want to be like second guessing, is that a predatory mite or is that something else? Do you know what I mean? Like, no, I am a little bit wary of what it's going to feel like living in that situation. Okay, so I've put it in. I'm going to now, let me just get rid of that and that. So I'm now just going to put a layer of sphagnum moss, and then eventually, or maybe I should put a cup around it now, because that's what I've seen them doing and it looks very cool. Well, it doesn't look particularly cool, to be honest. It just looks like the plant enjoys it. So I do have a funny little cup thingy. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, have you ever had one of those days where you just can't find anything? Like, just everything seems to be hiding from me today. I had like a really cool, it was like the lid to like a soda or whatever, which I wanted to use, but I think this is like an old hummus thing. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it open. Okay, so I could do something like this. I don't know what this is gonna, I don't know. Oh, I don't like it. I'm scared to like try and put it on. Like, what if I break a leaf trying to get it on there? No, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put some sphagnum moss, and then I'll just come back to that another time. So for now, we are just going to go in like this. I mean, I'm just amazed that I managed to do the repot without snapping it in half, because I have watched, I think it was Unplanted Parenthood actually, where she was repotting, well, one of those two girls, because they've got a lot of Anthuriums, so they seem to always be constantly repotting, because as soon as your Anthurium pushes out a nice big new leaf, generally it's, time to repot again. Which is why I've been trying to go up more than just one size. Okay, so I mean, we've got a healthy amount of sphagnum moss in there. hopefully that will keep it nice and happy. I did fill in all the little holes and stuff. So there she is. Actually, let me put the camera up a little bit so you can see. So yeah, and that's kind of what it's looking like. I'm actually quite happy with that. I mean, this leaf is really leaning on the pot, but I don't know. There's not much I can do about that now. And then we do seem to have some, it looks like a new growth right there and right there. So that's very interesting. Hopefully I did that in time and got it nice and cozy so that it can produce whatever those two new things are. It looks like two new leaves coming at the same time, which is great because I lost two. I had two yellowing leaves. That was, yeah. Yay, happy. I'll water that a bit later. Maybe I could put the forgetii in here. Actually, let's just have a look at the Lux quickly. So yeah, I want it out of this. I don't seem to be doing very well with the orchid pots. So yeah, it could either go into this, which is pretty much the same shape and size, or it could go into this massive one, which I'm very tempted to do actually. I'm kind of tempted to do that. Let's have a look at the forgetii again. So this is the forgetii. I mean, that is definitely a size up for this guy. I think it might be all right in there. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. And it looks like I'm going to put the Lux in this massive pot. Yeah, I like that idea because then I won't have to repot it again for a little while, hopefully. And I didn't actually wash up any more of these, but probably should have. But we've got a lot of surface area in this pot. So although the reservoir looks quite low, it actually is going to be fairly high. I'm going to mix up a little bit more soil. And I'm just going to add, I've got a feeling I'm going to need a lot of that. So we will continue the experiment. I'll add a little bit of treatment fibre. I mean, it's not half and half, but I think that's just makes more sense not to go too heavy. Since I am a little worried about that, I'm going to put one more handful in. I mean, it's definitely going to be holding quite a bit of moisture like that. Okay, so that's that done. Now to the Lux. I'm actually quite pleased. I'm just like getting this done. You know, like some days, or in fact weeks, I can like just keep looking at the same plant knowing I have to do something with it, but for some reason I just don't do that. And I've just been kind of struggling with the watering. I just don't know what I'm doing with the watering with this one currently. And it's just thrown me off because we were doing so well together. And now, yeah, now we're here. And glue. I mean, I'm just wondering, maybe I've been letting it dry out too much, because it does look quite dry. Yeah, I think my watering needs to change with the tree fern fibre. I think it's a me thing, and the plant has clearly shown signs that it's not happy. Okay. So we've got the plant out. Let's have another look at it. The roots are looking pretty good, so at least they're not upset with me. They're not looking dry. They actually look fairly good. I do have some nice new roots at the top, which is nice. But yeah, like the leaves are just, look what they're doing. There's one that's kind of insists on hiding behind the other one. I might eventually cut that one off. Every day I'm checking for pests because, I don't know, that's my kind of, I always think that that's going to be the problem, but I can't see any pests on this thing. But again, okay, so maybe what I might do is, on one side of the room, on this side of the room, I have all my Anthuriums, because this is like the lower light end of the room. And then on the other side, I have all the Hoyas, and I have some Monsteras. And so maybe the Anthuriums on this side, I will use the predatory mites. And then on the other side, I'll use something else. And we'll just see if they move around, or I don't know. Because what I've noticed is a lot of people, when they're using the predatory mites, they do it like they contain the plants that have the issue. How low do we want you in there? Because I want to be able to build on this. So yeah, I think I'm going to go something like that. Yeah, and a lot of them have cabinets as well, so they can kind of contain everything. This is what I'm guessing, is that they're containing the predatory mites inside that space. And I do not have cabinets. So what would I do? I mean, what would be the next? Yeah, I haven't thought it through. If you can use predatory mites and you are kind of like myself, like you have refrained from using cabinets, how do you get around kind of them spreading around your home? Or do they literally just stay on the plants? I've got a feeling that they don't. I've got a feeling that they would want to move around and find, like once they're done in one spot, they'll just move to another spot. I don't know. Okay, that was fairly easy. And I actually quite like the fact that it's in a much bigger pot. Because, I mean, this leaf was huge, as you can see. And it would be nice if the next leaf is as big. I'm just kind of patting it, try not to break the vessel. Yeah. Try and get that into place. And then I think I'm going to use use all of that actually. Skip it around. And I think I'm going to go ahead and water this one actually before I put the moss on. So I've got some fertilised water here already mixed up. I decided to put the lid on. I use liquid gold leaf fertiliser, and what I've noticed is if you don't use it straight away and you leave it in your jug, it kind of gives off a bit of a smell, which I'm not a fan of. Okay. I want to get it everywhere. Okay, that should do it. It'll work its way down. And then I'm going to put some moss on the top, like so. And yeah, I'll let you know if it was just a matter of it preferring, or well, whether it's just my watering habits are not sufficient for this plant when it's in a no drainage situation. It might have just been that, and I could have probably got away with just leaving it in that vessel, but to be honest, it wasn't the most attractive either. I didn't like the way it looked. So that's that, guys. Got loads of space now, so that whatever those two new things are that's growing, hopefully one of them are a leaf, and it now has more than enough space to produce a leaf that's bigger than this one. Yay. Right, yeah, so I'm going to tidy up quick. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I actually bought some chai tea, and I bought it yesterday, and I've drunk so much. I love it. It's so good. But I am flying through it, and I'm already a third of my way through the bag. So I'm going to go off, and I'm actually going to make myself some chai tea, which one of my subscribers told me about. We were talking about rooibos tea actually, and it was really funny because they were like, oh, I didn't realise it was so weird to put milk in your rooibos tea. And I was like, wow, okay. I didn't say anything back. I was just like, literally, because I know about rooibos tea from South Africa, and whenever I put milk in my tea there, people would always come out with a comment. People always make comments about stuff that I do though. I'm always like, what, am I always the weirdo? Like, what? People would always comment about me putting milk in my rooibos tea, but I think it just makes it extra yummy. Oh my god, it's so good. I've got to say, this chai tea I bought from Marks and Spencer. It's kind of like, I'm sure there's better ones out there, but I just wanted to try it out. And it comes with, it tastes really sweet. I didn't add any sugar, and I generally put 2 sugars in my tea, which I know is very naughty. I need to stop that. I eat a lot of sugar, but God, I'm really waffling on about my tea right now. Okay, let me tip the camera down and let's check out this little forgetii. How adorable is this plant? It's just the cutest. So it's going to go in this vessel, which is quite a bit taller and wider, and I'm hoping that's going to instigate a new leaf. Right, reservoir. Didn't actually think about the reservoir, did I? No, I did not. I have a very small amount of these pebbles, and I if that's going to be enough. Should do a reservoir. Okay, let's get her out. Ooh, find a little leaf. So I've had this plant for about 8 months as well. When I first got it, it had a leaf. It was one tiny little leaf. It was the most adorable leaf. And I lost the leaf. It croaked it, which it was the saddest day. Yeah, I'm just going to chuck that in there. There we go. I mean, it looks a little messy, but it's just going to have lacquer on top anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, it was so sad. I lost the leaf, and then I just literally had a nub, and I put it in a propagation box, and I literally just tried to forget that it existed. And that paid off, which is good. So I'm actually gonna go, oh, I need another bowl. Yeah, and then eventually it grew a new leaf. It probably took about 3 months for that new leaf to show itself. So the plant actually is about, I don't know, 6 months old. I mean, the leaves have been there for about 6 months. So I recently washed up some pon. Oh, it's still a bit drippy. I'm not entirely sure how much of this I'm going to need. This is the last of my clean perlite. I do have some more perlite, I just haven't washed it. And then this is the last of my mixed pon. So I think I've got slow release in there. I know that I do have some slow release in here, but I don't think I'm going to add any more, or am I? I don't know if I'm going to. I'll add some. Because all of the plants in pon actually have slow release. So I may as well just, at least then I know I can just use plain water with anything that has pon. Oh, look at those roots. They're so bouncy. I'm so happy. We got any? Oh, we do have one soggy one though, right here. So I'm going to cut that off. Oh, I just yanked it off. The others feel great. So we do need to be careful with the watering. Okay, good to know. I mean, it hasn't been in this for very long, so I'm going to go ahead and reuse that. And I want it to be fairly central, of course. And I've done the same thing. I've kind of put it low in the pot so that once it does kind of push out the new leaf, it's obviously going to grow upwards like that. And then I can just add more pon. Just keep topping it up, but I've got a feeling it should be in this vessel. Oh, I'd like to say a year, but we'll see. Really depends, doesn't it? If it pushes out a massive new leaf, then we'll have to reassess. But yeah, I mean, I would say that that is 2 pot sizes up from what it was in before. Really, really happy with that. Boom, doesn't she look cute? She looks adorable in there. I'm really happy. Just need to give her a bit of a water. Yeah, oh, we do have a little bit of air gaps. Let me just get a stick, and just push that down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Come a little bit closer. Do we have any others? I don't think so. And I'll just fill that in. Tra-la! So here they all are, looking so cute. The Lux already looks more relaxed and happier. Did the Palidiforum, was the first one we did, and she looks very cute actually. So she's kind of standing up now a little bit. Yeah. So we will see what happens with these new leaves. It'll be really interesting to see if that's 2 new leaves. Oh my God. Can you see what I'm looking at? One there and one there. Oh my God, that's so exciting. So hopefully I did that repot in time and we'll stop getting that weird tippage. You can see it happening here as well, which is annoying me. But yeah, I need to step up my watering. We've got the Lux back in tree fern fibre, but now in a no drainage vessel. Did we water that one? I think we did. It's just the Palidiforum and the forgetii that I haven't watered yet. But I will do that just now. But yeah, no, they're all looking pretty happy. Obviously the Veitchii not at its happiest, but I do think that that could be a promising new leaf. Just ignore that yellowing one. This plant, I must say, is looking a little bit healthier and happier, getting less of that browning. Yeah, it seems to be liking this new location because they've only all been over here for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, maybe a month, who knows. What are these ones called? What are these called? The Baccaris are doing pretty good. They seem happy. They're very thirsty. That's all I know, all I can tell you so far. But she's looking very cute. Can't wait until that one starts kind of hanging, similar to the Palidiforum. I think it is a little bit more standy-uppy. I don't know. I've seen several different types of this plant. Another one here. I think there's 2 in that pot. But yeah, they're coming along. They're maturing. They're getting older and getting bigger. So that's all good. Anyway, I'm going to say my goodbyes. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on these guys. So thanks so much for hanging out and going through that whole process with me. I hope that it wasn't too stressful and that you found it relaxing or at least helpful. I hope that you also got some things done. Let me know what you got up to. Put those in the comments down below. And also if you do have any advice about the Lux, is it a fungal thing or is it just a watering thing? I suspect it's just a watering thing. And hopefully once I get on top of the watering, then the tree fern fibre will kick in and throw me out a massive new leaf. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. I'm going to let you guys go. Go, be free, enjoy your plants, and I will see you here again very, very soon. Until then, bye.